Hey there, everyone. I have with me today Nestor Velez, and he is the founder of the sanoMind app. And the sanoMind app is, and I'm going to read it over here so I don't get it wrong, an app that connects people to audio content created by licensed mental health professionals. So welcome, Nestor. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. So Nestor and I connected on Instagram. He actually reached out to me, and we kind of figured out that we have this therapist love in common. So Nestor, can you please share a little bit about the story behind sanoMind?
Yeah, so I'll try to summarize it really quick because it's a really long story.
Sure thing.
It started out with my experience with mental health issues, depression, anxiety, and so growing up as a kid, I had two parents, father, mother. Both parents gave me everything I wanted, but my mom was like the man of the house and the woman of the house. My dad was very quiet and he's just very relaxed and laid back. But as far as I can remember, my mother she had anger issues, I guess, because she was verbally abused and physically abused by her mother. So I guess that carried over to me, and it was just no physical abuse, but verbal abuse throughout my entire life, ever since I was a young kid.
Hmm.
Um, and when I was young, I just thought I was sad. I didn't know what depression or anxiety was. When I was a teenager, I didn't know what it was either. I didn't know anything about mental health because schools didn't have any education around mental health. So kept suffering, and I just thought, I'll battle through. I'll just get over it myself. I'll be strong. And in my early 20s, I attempted suicide twice because the relationship with me and my mom was very, very, it was really bad. So right there, I had a decision to make. Do I try again or should I change my life? And
Hmm.
I wanted to live. I wanted to be happy and enjoy life. So I made a decision to see a therapist, go to therapy. And this is my early 20s. Maybe I'm probably like 22 at the time. And so I started looking for a therapist. I go on online and I come up to Psychology Today, and I'm emailing therapists. I'm calling. Um, a lot weren't reaching back out. And when they did reach back out through email or voicemail or phone, it was the same thing. I really don't take cases like yours. I'm all booked up because I'm in New York, and
Right.
therapists in New York are always almost fully booked. So the kid couldn't see me, or they would refer me to somebody else. And when they refer me to somebody else, I call them, and they give me the same answer.
Ugh.
So that was really, really frustrating, especially with
Yeah.
what I was going through. And it was hard to pick a therapist. I was reading what they specialize in and looking at their pictures and thinking, oh, would I like this person? Would I like that person? So I finally gave up. And I said,
Mhm.
I'm just going to look for self-help online because I heard people were doing self-help and motivation. And I came across a YouTube page with a licensed psychologist with, I had to be maybe like 30 hours of content. I'm talking
Wow.
videos of depression, anxiety, stress, everything. And on the way to work every day, I would listen to it. It was video, but it was just her sitting down speaking. So I would just shut the phone off and listen to it on the way to work every day and on the way back. And it took me about maybe 3 months, 1 to 3 months, and I listened to everything. And everything she was doing, I was trying to do in my life, and I was really listening to it. And everything she said, I would really try to do in my life. And after like 3 to 6 months, to me, it saved my life. Uh, I
Wow.
was I was a different person. I had a different outlook on life, and then
Wow.
I knew how to kind of, I don't know the word, but like with the relationship with my mom, it's still like rocky always, but I know how to deal with that now. And it saved my life. But when I was looking for more content like it, because I was like, wow, this is amazing. I want more stuff like this. Where can I find?
Yeah.
I was Googling, going on YouTube. There really wasn't anything out there like it. And if there was, it was hard to find, or it was very, very bad audio or video. So
Nestor, well, first, I just want to say thank you. Like, thank you
yeah,
for sharing like your personal story.
yeah,
Because as a therapist, I think to myself, oh man, like How is this possible that somebody who needs us, our help, can't get it from us? But then also, it's such a great story about your spirit and the fact that you knew that you needed something and that you found it, and then that it's healing, that our work is healing, no matter how it's delivered. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be in the therapy room. And so, of course, that brings me to what you're doing for everyone, which is awesome. So yeah, keep going, keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, this was okay. So I got the idea after, I couldn't find any more content. So I thought, I was listening to this. I wasn't watching video. Wouldn't it be great if there was a website or an app with all this mental health content created by licensed therapists to help people that either can't afford therapy, are shying away from therapy and need a little bit of advice, or are looking for a therapist and want a more personal experience to find a therapist, make the right choice.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of like crazy part. This is about 12 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just had an idea, but I thought, I don't know how to build this. How would I start? How am I going to get therapists to contribute or do something? So I just kept working in my career,
Mm.
but I started getting into tech companies and startups. And when I started working at these companies, I said, wow, I think I can do this. And about 3 years ago, I started reaching out to therapists, telling them about my idea, asking if they would be, interested in contributing. And almost all therapists loved the idea. And 2 years ago, I started working on it and finally launched it in January. And it's going great. It's just like I told you, it's a little slower on the therapist side because it's
Sure.
kind of like a new thing.
Yeah.
And it's the two big reasons I get for not getting much content from therapists is time,
Yeah.
and they don't know like how should they record or what should they record on. So that was a learning process to me as well, because now I'm thinking, well, I have to build in-app recording so they could just log in and record in the app and submit, and ways to make it easier for them.
Is that available yet?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Right now, it's only available for people to download and listen. Right now,
Got
the
it.
way it works, you record the content on your end, either on voice recorder on your phone or using an app like Zoom or something online, an audio recorder, and then
Yeah.
you email it to me, and I upload it into the app.
As you're saying, I think that as therapists, we're passionate about getting our information out there, but time is an issue. So what's the length of the average recording, or do you have a suggestion for that?
So, okay, so two things. On average, people are listening to 6 minutes of audio content. And most pieces of content on the app right now are anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes. So I would say 10 minutes. I would say 7 to 10 minutes would be like a perfect, or 5 to 10 minutes would be perfect.
Yeah, that's similar to video content. So people
Yeah,
typically watch about 5 minutes of 5 minute length video
yeah,
is
exactly.
sort of like what people are willing to commit at any one
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But it's perfect also for a therapist because I think I mean, does it have to be exclusive to your app, or is it something that they can repurpose?
No, they can repurpose it and put it, on their website. Put it anywhere they'd like.
Fantastic. So you guys, if you spend those 5 minutes, you're getting, you're doing the content, but you can spread it all over the place. You can do a mini podcast, you can put it on your website. And at the same time, sanoMind app is helping you reach people who really need your expertise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm actually, I'm because I'm building this app, and I'm trying to build a company out of it. I'm constantly pushing. I'm sending out emails. I'm doing social media marketing. I'm letting people know, like, this is an app strictly for mental health. Come listen to this content and learn more about the therapist that you're listening to.
Yeah, I love this because if you end up having a therapist from a variety of geographical areas, their potential clients find them on the app, and then
Mhm.
it could easily lead to a phone call for someone who's sitting on the
Yeah,
couch in their therapy office. So, what do you want to say to therapists
yeah.
who like what you're doing, and in order to sort of help them make the decision to contribute to sanoMind?
Yeah, so what I'd like to say is, you know, I've spoken to a lot of people that have listened to content on the app and that have gone through the same things that I've went through. And I don't want to say everybody, but I would say 99% of people that I speak to have had the same experience as me trying to find a therapist. And it's very frustrating. And I'm not sure if therapists understand how frustrating it is. And when I tell them, hey, would you be open to listening to content and then making a decision to, a better decision to choose a therapist? And people love it because it's like growing up when you listen to, radio. After listening to this person every day in the morning, you feel like you know the person. So
Yeah.
it's the same thing with like listening to a therapist. You feel like you know that person. You want to make that connection with that person. And at first I built this to help people, but as I started talking about therapists, they were telling me, wow, this could be great for us to acquire new clients. And I thought,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's a great idea. So
Yeah.
so that's what I want to say. I know it's a new thing, but as we move into the future and millennials and Gen Z, all they do is they're on the phone. They're looking for everything on the phone. So, we have to move a little bit into like the future and the way the culture is now. And I think it's
Yeah.
audio content because everybody listens to audio now.
Yeah, I agree. So it's also, so it is twofold. It's one, you're sharing what you know with people who really need it, who are listening, and you're making a difference beyond your office. And two, I know we don't like to use the word marketing, but in a way it is. It is marketing. It's you putting yourself out there so that people can find you and decide if you're the right therapist for them. So
Yeah.
Nestor, thank you so much for your time today. I'm excited to learn about sanoMind and happy to support it in any way that I can.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Sure.